All right. Good morning. Is everybody ready? All right. So listen, couple things. Number one, let me tell you a little bit about me. Make it quick. Back in 2000, I started in the real estate industry. By 2004, I got my real estate license. I went to work for a brokerage. 2.5 years later, I bought that brokerage. Then I started flipping and rehabbing houses. I started to do a lot of things inside of property management. Everything came down to just continuing my education, continuing learning and advancing. All right. So when I got into the property management, it actually brought me to a place to where I was starting to sell multifamily properties because I knew everything that there was to know about managing 78 unit buildings, 110 unit buildings. So it set me ahead. So the property management took off. My personal career was taking off because of the knowledge, because of everything that I learned along the way. It was about building relationships. I would go to investment meetings, I would go to landlord meetings. I went everywhere I could to learn from the masters, from the people that knew so much information. I didn't depend on ChatGPT or any other thing or Google or Facebook. I went to the actual people that were successful where they were and where I wanted to be. I put myself in the room with like minded individuals. That's what's important. So, throughout my career of owning a real estate school, a real estate brokerage office, there was one common thing that I always got. Every new agent came in and said, "Yeah, I want to get rich. I need to make money. And I'm going to have ChatGPT do it, or I'm going to work 4 hours this week." They they really thought that since they got their business cards made, that they were off and that they were going to start making these $1 million deals and they could have what top producing agents have. And I realized that most of the agents, they didn't have a plan. They didn't even start a business plan. They didn't realize that they were really starting their own business. They knew that they were going to be their own boss, but they didn't really know what that took. And it takes a lot to start a business. I don't care what type of a business that you're in. It takes a lot. Okay? It takes time, discipline, dedication. It takes almost shutting off the entire outside world and just being focused, focused on where you want to be. So the question is, how many in here actually want to get rich? Exactly. So every one of you, you want to get rich. And how many of you think that you're going to get rich quick? Now, what's funny is every one of you are looking around the room because you don't want to be the only one to put your hand up. So you're not going to get rich quick. So you could take that out of the equation. If you came in here to get rich quick, it might not be the right career for you, okay? Because it's not. Anything you see that says you're going to get rich quick probably isn't worth even spending 5 minutes to entertain, okay? You will get rich. This I can promise you. You will get rich, but it takes time and it takes knowledge and it takes discipline, commitment, and everything else you've ever heard of anybody that ever really started a business. All right, learning, learning, learning. Now, a couple other things that I want to discuss is this is exactly why I developed my virtual boss, because it's what everybody seems to be lacking: a schedule. And I'm not going to blame it on brokers because a broker's job is not to hold your hand. If you want a boss to tell you what to do every day, then you should have a regular job with structure, unless you can be your own boss. And that's why we called it My Virtual Boss. Because every one of you have what it takes. You're here today. All right. You've spent the time to go out and get the license. You've committed yourself. You passed an exam, to become a real estate agent. Now, put it in your head that you are going to be working 10 hours a day, 12 hours a day to be able to succeed in this industry. And that's what it takes. All right. So, inside of My Virtual Boss, we'll get right down to it. There's a daily schedule. This daily schedule isn't something we just made up from ChatGPT. This is pretty much as close to a daily schedule that every top producer has ever used to be successful in this industry. There is not a top producer out there right now that's sitting in his pajamas at 11 o'clock in the morning waiting for his phone to ring. They're out there building relationships. They're out there looking at everything that's available to them. Remember in the morning we said turn phones off? It's all right. Turn it off. So, what we're talking about is the schedule. Stay on track with the schedule. You'll find your strengths and your weaknesses throughout this schedule. Maybe you're not that comfortable yet making cold calls. But I'm going to tell you, you're going to get used to it, and you're going to find out that making these calls can be a lot of fun. You get hung up, you get cursed out, there's a bunch of it. But at the end of the day, you learn to love them. You learn to love them because there's money. There's money every time you call. Whether you get a listing appointment, a follow-up appointment, or not, doesn't matter. You're learning. You're learning more and more through each call that you make. It's just like with everything else of how you want to run your business, and it's consistency. If it doesn't work for you right off the bat, it's okay. Keep doing it. Keep doing it. And I don't mean keep trying all the things you see on social media that promise you to get rich quick. Don't keep trying those. Many of us have already tried those things and said, yeah, this doesn't work. So stick with it and get to it. Now, some of the things before you even start doing real estate, I know a lot of you have already started. You've been in the industry for a few months already. You need to make sure that you have built the foundation of your new business. All right? Just not just getting a business card and going, I'm ready. This board, the Miami Board of Realtors, is the largest real estate association in the world. And they are committed to helping you guys succeed in this business. They have so many classes and tools and everything that you would need to succeed. And that's why we're here today. Because they provide you with the best things to build your business. Take advantage of all of the classes that they offer you. The MLS class, take it. Take the 1 and the 2 class. You want to learn how to use properly the MLS. Whether it's Flex or Matrix, learn it inside out. All right, because that's powerful. You got to know how to work MLS, how to find the properties for your customers or your clients. All right, take the RPR class, take the IMAP class. These are 3 of the most powerful tools that you have from the association, and they're completely free. They're completely free. But this is what's going to give you the information that you're going to use on a day-to-day basis when you're out having conversations, having intelligent conversations. No real estate agent should ever say, I don't know. I'll call you later. What kind of a professional are you if that's how you respond to somebody? Now, if they're asking you questions in regards to taxes or legal stuff, it's okay to say, you know what, I'm not an accountant. I'm not a lawyer, but I could put you in touch with one that may be able to answer those questions for you. But when it comes to real estate, you should know exactly what to say and how to say it. So throughout the day, you'll see you're learning, you're making your phone calls. During lunch, this is often overlooked. During lunch, you should be having lunch with other individuals that are in the real estate industry, whether it's a lender, whether it's an inspector, an appraiser, maybe another top producing agent. You should be having lunch with them on a constant basis. This is your way. Now, when you're out having lunch with them, you're also prospecting and networking. Remember, the waiter, the waitress, the bartender, whoever it is, make sure you talk to them about real estate in one way or another. It doesn't have to be pushy. It could just be something about, do you live in this neighborhood? I do a lot of real estate around here, and I was wondering if you know of any dog parks, or something. You just want them to know that you do real estate. And make sure you leave a card or two when you're getting ready to leave. hey, just in case you know anybody in the back or the kitchen that may be looking to rent a property or buy or sell or invest in real estate, if you don't mind, can you give them my card for me, please? And you'll be surprised how often somebody goes, oh, my sister's looking for something, or one of the dishwashers, or the cook, or another service staff. This happens. It happens all the time. Remember, it's not going to work every single day, but it does work, and it will work if you stay consistent with it. I mean, we have agents that literally, when they're out at a grocery store, they leave business cards. Tell you a funny story real quick. I have an agent that called me up, and he has a card, and on the back of his business card it says, are you expecting, need to upgrade? And it has a picture of a little baby on it, like a baby bottle or something. And every time he goes to a grocery store, he makes special trips. But he leaves them by the pregnancy test. He leaves them by the diapers, the Pampers. And he says over the last few months, he's gotten one closed transaction from it and one rental from it. But he does it consistently by leaving business cards around. And these things actually work. You are not going to get all of your business from one source. And statistically, less than 15% of real estate agents' business comes from social media. But yet, agents want to spend 60 or 70% of their day playing on social media. Why would you spend 60 or 70% of your day on social media if it only accounts for 15% of your income? We went to real estate school to get a real estate license to sell real estate. We didn't sign up for a social media marketing class. We didn't sign up and get a license to be a content creator. We signed up to be real estate agents. So before you spend hours upon hours upon hours learning all the different platforms and all the Canvas and all the CapCuts and everything else, let's learn about real estate so we could be the best real estate agent we can be. So we could be the most knowledgeable in our field. And it comes down to this again. We know that most agents fail within the first 2 years. The number is 87%. 87% of real estate agents fail within the first 2 years of their business. It doesn't have to be that way. It doesn't. You need to know your market. You need to know the industry. And if you commit the next 2 or 3 years of your life to this industry, it will pay you for the rest of your life. It's simple. It's easy. And again, how many of you actually want to be rich? Exactly. All right. And it's going to give you the time a few years from now, after building your business, it'll give you that time to really enjoy life. It's that simple. So you're going to see inside of My Virtual Boss, there's going to be the 15 steps that every agent should do. And if you're in that position to where you've been in it 4 months, go back and check it. Make sure that you've done those 15 steps, because that's going to build the foundation of you being successful in this industry. Very quickly, you should be able to do those 15 steps in 4 or 5 days. And your headshots, your pictures, please, I know your friend is an expert at taking photographs on their iPhone or their Galaxy. Don't. You're investing in your business. You guys have no problem. I see a bunch of Starbucks coffees, Dunkin' Donuts. You guys have no problem investing in other people's businesses, $6 on coffee, all right? But you won't invest in yourself. You'll invest in Netflix for $18 a month, $20 a month. I don't even know. I don't have Netflix anymore. All right. So you need to really focus and reallocate funds. If you say, I can't afford this right now, I can't afford this right now, I promise you, you can. Go through your bank statement and see what can I cut out so I can build my business, so I can invest in me. That's the best investment you will ever make. Spend 2 hours learning, investing in yourself. Spend the $100 or $150. The board here has great connections with photographers, and they got great specials that they always come around. All right, so schedule it. Get a professional photograph done. You can't You can't skip it. It's the first impression when somebody finds one of your cards or when you're passing out your cards. You want it to be professional. Yeah, it's cute when you're laying on the beach taking a picture, and it's cute when you're playing with your puppy or whatever. It it needs to be professional. Start off like this. After you start establishing yourself, if you want to be you or whatever, then do that. But in the beginning, please be as professional as possible. Spend the money, invest in yourself. You can do it. I know you guys can. I did it. And if I did it, trust me, any one of you can do it. All right. So these are the important things. Get in there. Look at the tools inside of My Virtual Boss. There's a lot of things in here that are really going to help you build your business. Expired listings, rental applications, daily tasks, mortgage calculators, pre-qualification calculators. Everything that you need is going to be right there in the palm of your hands. That's what makes it super, super simple. And we've made it and designed it for newer agents so it can be affordable. I mean, right now it's $24.99 a month. It gives you expired listings, property owner data. It gives you access to everything that a new agent would need, investment calculators. I mean, I can go on. And the thing is that it's super, super simple to use. And the Miami board wants every one of you to be successful. And what we've done for the Miami board, if we have lowered the price. All right, just for you guys, the code is Miami26, and you'll be getting the app for only $17.99 a month. I know a lot of you say, I can't afford another subscription. If you add up all of the tools that are inside of this My Virtual Boss, you will see that you're saving a lot of money. Just to get access to expired listings would cost you between $100 and $150 a month. This is all included inside the platform. Calculators. I can go on and on. Just get it. If you think you can't afford it, then put the Starbucks down. Starbucks. Three Starbucks is $24 a month. So just skip it for 3 days. You know, Folgers in a cup. You could take Folgers. Have that at the house for just 3 days, and you can afford a tool that's actually going to help you. I didn't even talk about the Host My Open House feature. Hosting open house, that's the way to get leads. You don't need to buy Zillow leads. You don't need to buy leads from Redfin or anywhere else. You can get your own leads for free by hosting open houses. It doesn't even matter if that house is a good deal or not. Buyers are literally walking in to see the house. If they don't like it, show them something else. Build a relationship. Find some type of an affinity with them. Wow. Oh, so you're a University of Miami's fan. I love your necklace. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, no, I was there back in the early 1900s when I was born. But find something to humanize the relationship. And these are the things that are missing. And these are things that AI can never, ever, ever do for you. All right. I believe, it's my personal opinion, that these tools are just dehumanizing the industry. And people don't want it. They're working with the largest investment they're going to make in their life. Do they want to talk to a computer about this? They don't. They want a human. They want a professional. They want somebody that's going to be there to answer the call at 11 o'clock at night when they're having second thoughts or when they're getting little butterflies in their stomach. All right. So there's a lot of things. I can go on and on for hours about it. But download the app, go through it. You'll see we have things in there. We have classes, we have training that we do Zoom calls. We'll do one-on-one meetings if you'd like, through Zoom or meetings, and get in there. All right. I want to thank you to the Miami Board of Realtors for helping you guys and allowing me to be a part of it.